get a good feeling, yeah.
Hello everyone, Art Valerio, Royal Page Art Team. Well, we're going to tackle that nasty topic, multiple offers. I think you're probably, or I'm probably going to put together at least 2 or 3 more videos. We're going to take sort of one point at a time, and I'm going to try to give you some direction, or at least give you my opinion on what I think, or how I think it should be handled. So let's move right into the heart of this first point. So let's say that you are in transactional brokerage and you have a buyer that you're representing, and that buyer has written an offer on your listing. And shortly thereafter, before you're able to present the offer, another realtor phones up from another company and says, you know, I have an offer as well. So now you're in a multiple offer situation and you are acting in transactional brokerage. So what's the biggest question? What's the point that everybody is not talking about? Well, your fiduciary duties to your buyer and your seller are simple and direct. The most important one is about information. So you're in a position where you do have to reveal everything. And RICA's guidelines say everything except for the price that the seller is willing to take and the motivation for him selling, and the price that your buyer is willing to pay and the motivation for him buying. Everything else falls under the category of everything. So now, prior to presentation of the offer, you have in fact been made privileged to the other buyer's offer amount. So, do you phone your buyer and tell them what the other people have offered before you present the offers? I know that it is a very touchy subject, but it is the opinion of this blogger that you should call your buyer and tell them. You see, that information affects your buyer's ability to purchase the property, and it affects the end result in terms of what they're going to end up paying. That information is very important to your buyer. And it might be just as important to your seller to have the buyer know that, depending on where the numbers fall. But you don't really have a choice. Quite simply, you have to tell your buyer and seller everything. So it falls under everything. Now, it was always a fear that in these types of situations that the listing agent would in fact tell the buyer, tell his own buyer what the other offer was. And I believe now that it shouldn't be a fear. It should be part of the common practice, because you do have that obligation, the way that I interpret the act in any case. So think about that. Think about the new strategies of presenting multiple offers. You know, one simple, hard and fast rule for negotiating multiple offers is out. And if a realtor is only using one strategy, like presenting all the offers at one time and dealing with one offer at a time, well, I'm afraid that that seller is at a disadvantage. There is a number of amazing strategies available to presenting multiple offers. Follow my future blogs. I am going to cover off at least 2 or 3 interesting strategies that have been used and that are very successful. So, think about it. Do you have to tell your buyer what the other price is if you're in transactional brokerage and you have your own offer, once you hear what the other offer is? This blogger says, yes you do. Once again, make our team your team.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah.